we're going to build a really quick chat application using Next.js. Now, I don't know how to write React code at all, as I've mentioned, and will continue to mention because I don't understand it. And that is kind of the point. We want to be able to use Cursor Composer, which is a genuinely mind-blowing in the ability to build MVPs and features just like at the click of a button, 1 prompt, 2 prompts, and you have a full app. And you don't need to know the language. Eventually, no one's going to care about the underlying code. It's going to be about the ability to prompt Composer in the right way. And that's what I want to show you because I don't understand anything that's happening with React. So let's make sure Composer is set up. So in the settings and features, make sure it's enabled there. And then we're going to hit Command-Shift-I, and we're going to tell it that we're in an empty folder. Please install Next.js in it. Okay, and it's going to give us the commands to do that. I will need to minimize this down to the floating view so that I can actually run these commands. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Command-J to open up the terminal, and then we're going to run that. It gives you the options of what you can choose here. I'm pretty sure it's just all the defaults. I don't know what TypeScript or ESLint is really. I do know Tailwind, and I don't know or care about any of that. So it's going to install that. And then when it's done it, I'm going to run dev, which I do know because I've used this with Laravel before. Okay, so npm run dev, and that's going to run as a local server, which should be, if I refresh this, up and running. So we have our Next.js app. So if we head back, it's up and running. It's asking us about branches and stuff like that because of my AI rules prompt, but I don't need that. I'm going to open this back up and say, I want to build a chat application where I can chat with OpenAI ChatGPT models. Okay, and let's just see what it does. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to pull this back here. So it's giving me some more npm packages to install. It's churning out code here. I'm going to create a new tab. I'm going to use this to install some packages. So it's built the directory and the file. It's added content to the file. We've installed those packages. We need to run this as well to create an env file. Okay, and then we need to copy and paste that. One thing I really would like Composer to have is one-click either run or copy for all these commands. Like I don't want to have to manually do this and then Command C it. I just want to be able to click one-click copy. So we need to go back to that way, get an API key from OpenAI. Just create that. Now don't copy and try and use this key, please. I'm obviously going to delete it after this video so that you can't. I might just leave it and see if anyone uses it just for lols. Okay, so save all of that. Now you can save this all or you can accept it. Saving it means that you can reject it later if you want to. So I've saved it. I haven't saved the local file actually. So I'll save all of that. Swipe back over here to our next app and refresh it. And something crazy's happened. I think we need to go back and actually Control C, do npm run dev. I always do that wrong. Okay, so now we've got a conflict error. This is because I think it's trying to do 2 different styles of Next.js. I don't know. I'm just going to copy and paste it. So we're using @router and it's trying to use the old pages. So now it's going to give us a command here to remove that. Okay. Sometimes the save all button doesn't work. If that's the case, click in as if you're going to type a reply and it should enable it, and then you can save it. And then we can head back over here. Now we've got this little form. Hey. And we can see that it is replying to us. That's great. Okay, this is great. I want it to look a bit better though. So let's say, can you style this like the Cell apps, black and white and gray? There was a library. What was that library called? Maybe using, well, it's obviously Shad CN, but I think Radix. Is it Radix? Using Radix UI. Let's see what it will do. Okay, so it's going to give us some commands. Again, I don't like this manual copy and pasting, but it's better than having to type it all myself anyway. But it would be great to have one click. Install that. It's creating all the files here, the Tailwind config. Okay, we'll save all. That didn't work, so click that and then save all. Head back. Every time I do it wrong. Okay, so now we've got this app here. Hey there. Okay, so that's working. What I want to do now is, can you make the window smaller and have light mode default with an option to toggle to dark mode? Okay, that's going to go off and make those changes. And one thing, like adding dark mode to my apps, I never do it because I just can't be bothered. But now you can do it so easily with Cursor Composer that it's like you just pass in your templates, your components, and it will literally convert them all to dark mode as well. Well, I say that, let's just see how it looks when we actually do this. Save. So we'll save all. Every time I do the wrong thing. I mean, this shadow, what's this all about? But okay, bang. Dark mode, light mode. Doesn't look the best, but it's okay. Okay. Okay, so we'll come back. Nope, not that. We'll come back over here. Say, can you get the list of available models from OpenAI? Let me choose them in a select. If GPT 4o mini, come on here, I can't type, is one of them, let's use that as default. I don't actually know which version it's using right now. It's using 3.5 turbo, so yeah, we want to definitely use 4 mini. Okay, so that's off and away. So, all done. Right, it says GPT-4 mini, which isn't correct. So where has it done that? Yeah, look, okay. Let's just save all real quick. And then we'll go there. Okay, so now we've got these. I'll just have to manually select it for now. Hey there. Who's this? Okay, brilliant. And the dark mode's still looking good. We'll go back. I'm going to accept these actually. Now you can accept them. They're now in the code base, ready to go. We're going to do it's GPT-4o mini. Please use that. Let's see if it changes it. So it's in page. So look, now it's changed it for the default model there. Just going to accept that because I'm pretty sure it's correct. And now we've got a default model of GPT-4 mini. Brilliant. I don't like this gradient at all. Can you remove the gradient background, vertically align the chat box and make it a little wider. Use black buttons. Black button. Okay. So we're going to try and change this up and make it look a bit nicer. we're 10 minutes in and we have a chat app which we can change the model on, which is pretty cool. Considering I have no idea how to use React. Don't know if I told you that yet. Okay, so I'm just going to accept those even though it's not necessarily true. Okay, this is looking nice. This is looking pretty decent, to be fair. Now what I want to do is write me a quick article in Markdown and see what it does. So first of all, it's taken a while. Second of all, it's not rendered the Markdown. And third of all, like, I have to scroll down to see it. And I imagine if I said, what's your name? Like, it adds it, but we don't see it. Okay, so there's a few little things that we could do with changing. Okay, can you make sure that that Markdown is rendered in the chat? Okay, I'll send that off. And I remember building Cuppa, version 1 of Cuppa in Next.js, and I found it so difficult, like just rendering the Markdown and making it like stream the response out to the page was so painful and so difficult, and I just could not do it, right? And now you can do it in 10 minutes. It's actually ridiculous. So I install React Markdown. It's asking me to install this typography thing for Tailwind as well. And then I'll save all. I don't know if I did it. I don't know if I did. Okay. And then we'll go back and refresh this. Write a short Markdown article. See if it renders it. It's still taking a long time. We're going to figure that out in a minute. Okay, that renders Markdown beautifully. That's really, really good. Okay. Can you stream the response back so it appears like stuff is happening? Because at the minute we're just waiting for an article to come back and it's taking a while, and we don't need to make it feel a bit more responsive and a bit more interactive. And again, it's just going to be passing in the code base to the LLM or these open files. It's going to know what's going on in this app and figure it out. Okay. I don't really know what that is, so I'm just going to trust it. Okay, nothing else to install. Save all. Refresh that. Write a quick Markdown article in Markdown. Okay. Okay, so it's not actually streaming it back. It's just doing nothing. Is it even creating the article? We don't know because there's no feedback here. Okay. So that's not working. So that one, I'm not going to reject it because I think I hadn't saved the previous ones. That didn't work. I just want to stream the replies as we get it, so it looks more interactive. Try again. And this is the thing you'll sometimes have to do. It won't quite work, and you can go back and say, this didn't quite work right. Try this new thing. And that's fine. That's part of the process of building MVPs out. Okay, I'm going to accept all there. Okay. Woo. Write a Markdown article in Markdown. Now it's streaming it out. Okay. That's pretty cool. However, it's not actually showing us in, it's not rendering the Markdown. Okay, here we go. So now look, it's doing it. It just, that one obviously put it into Markdown so that I can copy and paste it, which is great, but it's not what I wanted. Okay. However, we can't see all of the article. this cuts off some of the article horizontally. Also make the chat window scroll to bottom as we receive. Because what I want is when it's scrolling to like stay at the bottom here, then I can scroll back up. So I'm always at the bottom of the conversation. That makes sense. Okay, so it's generating this page now. And by the way, you can actually select individual files to save and make changes to or reject if you want to as well. You don't have to accept all or reject all. Okay, so we'll go back. It's actually made the window a bit wider. Okay, write an article in Markdown. Okay, that's better. And it's scrolling the page down as well. Look, brilliant. That is pretty cool. So that's it. I mean, we built a chat app in 15 minutes, basically, that works really well. Let's just check something here. My name is Ian. Your name is Dave. Can I call you Dave? Of course you can. What's my name? Just make sure it remembers. Doesn't access it. Okay. Can we pass chat history back so the AI remembers our conversation? Okay. I think that's probably everything we need for a simple little app in 20 minutes or less in Next.js. Accept that. Go back here. Okay. Okay. One thing as well, the input's not getting focused after I type something. Can I call you Dave? I'll say, look, now it remembers my name. Brilliant. So it remembers my name. So two last things. After I submit my message, the input loses focus. Also, can we add an option to reset the chat? Okay. And then once this is done, I think we'll wrap the video up, but you can see how easily you'll be able to add history. You could add in different options to speak to different LLMs if you want to use Claude through Anthropic, or even if you want to use like a local one using one of the Llama models, you can do that as well. It's very easy to do stuff like that. I don't know what any of this code does. Genuinely have no idea. Okay, so let's accept all of that. We'll switch back. Now we've got a reset chat. So easily, it doesn't actually. Okay, and then I can reset the chat, and that's it. It didn't actually keep the focus. Ideally, that should just still be in focus here, but that's fine. In 20 minutes, we built a really quick chat app with dark mode. And like I say, dark mode has been a real bugbear for me in other projects. So just being able to do that is insane. So yeah, give it a try. You don't actually need to know Next.js. Like, what even is this? Like, honestly, I genuinely have no clue. But it works. So for getting MVPs out quickly, and just even if you're just shipping an idea to show a developer, like I've been doing this on createpages.com to just ship small features and then send it to my dev partner, who will look at it and go, okay, this is a good start, but it messed up here, here, and here, and he can actually just make sure that it's working properly. But to actually be able to get something together really quickly to show without having any coding ability is pretty good. So let me know what you think of this video, and I'll be back soon to talk about some other cool features in Composer. like projects, for example.